Hi there, Ron Schara here for Star Bank. If you're putting your money into mega banks down the street, who knows where that money's being used? Bank locally. Keep your money local with a community bank that actually cares about you, your family, your business, and your goals. Check out the bank we use at Minnesota Bound. Try Minnesota's own Star Bank. You can find them online at starbank.net. When you call Star Bank, you actually hear a real living person answering the phone. Star Bank has 10 convenient locations around Minnesota to serve you and all the mobile banking products that you need to manage your money. Check out all that Star Bank has to offer at starbank.net. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to another Minnesota Bound podcast. Ron Schara with you here today. We're going to talk about one of my favorite events. It's the Minnesota Bound Crappie Contest, which comes up this Saturday, May 7th, hours 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. I mean, if you want to start fishing at 5 a.m., you're not cheating, but you got to quit by 2 or weigh your fish by 2. So it's 6 a.m. to 2. Headquarters, Lord Fletchers, right on Lake Minnetonka. Great spot, Lord Fletchers. And the guy that knows more about Lord Fletchers and the Crappie Contest is my guest today, Tom Emer, who he's operated Lord Fletchers for how many years, Tom?
We've been there 19 now.
19 years. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, we were talking earlier. It's not the Minnesota Bound Contest. It is now, but the original Crappie Contest, I think, was a Holiday Johnson event.
Yes.
And I think you and I were talking, it started more than 50 years ago.
Yeah, this is 52nd year now, so it's been going on for a long, long time.
Well, you know, it's a perfect event because, in my estimation, at this time of year, the crappies go into the shallows and they're willing to bite a lot. So kids can catch them, adults can catch them, almost everybody can catch something, and that makes it fun if everybody can catch fish versus going out and getting skunked. But and for that reason, it's a family event.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the kids, you don't even need a boat. They'll just fish right off the docks of Lord Fletchers and catch a mess of crappies.
Yeah, I know. Well, I go back a long ways with the Crappie Contest. When I was a writer for the Tribune, I would cover that. And it's always been at Lord Fletchers. Tom, I don't know if you knew that.
It has.
And one year there was a guy won it with some really nice crappies, and we had his picture in the paper and a write-up and everything else. And the paper came out, and a bait dealer up an aisle called and said, "That guy just weighed those crappies this morning in my bait shop." So he had caught them in Mille Lacs.
Oh, boy.
Put them in a pail, so the reason we kept alive, and rushed down to Lake Minnetonka and put them in as some fish that he caught in Minnetonka. And he won like a electric trolling motor or a new outboard motor or something,
Mm-hmm.
Well, when that came out that he had done that, he finally confessed, and they took all the prizes away from him. I'm only sharing this story because today, the Minnesota Bound Crappie Contest, if you're going to win the grand prize, you got to catch a crappie that is of a weight that nobody knows.
Exactly.
Now you can, if you get the biggest crappie, you can win some cash, But usually, winning $200 or something is not enough for people to cheat with,
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's kind of fun. What do you have any fond memories of the Crappie Contest?
I have one story that happened before I even got there. This is probably about 30 years ago, and the general manager was Alan Bell at the time, and there were some gentlemen on the deck at Lord Fletchers. They had just gotten done with the Crappie Contest, and our manager noticed they were drinking a beer that was a different type than what we carry. And so he went over and politely said, gentlemen, if you could just put your beer away and drink ours, that'd be great. And one of the grizzly-looking guys at the table reached down in a bucket under the table and grabbed a crappie and chewed its head off in front of him. and
I said this was a family event, Tom.
And then, this is 30 years ago. And so Alan just shook his head and walked away. He didn't know what to do.
Well, I guess not. Oh, my Lord.
That's one of the better ones.
I'm glad I missed that one.
Yeah.
Some memories I've had of late. Well, I'll say this, for one reason or another, the original sponsors of the crappie contest, they needed a different horse to ride, but they kind of let it go. And I know you tried to keep it going. And
we did, yeah.
It was tough because you didn't have the marketing power, et cetera. And I heard it was going to go away. And I said to our staff here, we can't let this thing die. I mean, it's a tradition in this state now.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's a family thing. And the crappies are willing to bite. I mean, it has all the makings of a success, unless you hit bad weather or COVID.
Yeah.
And so we met with you and said, we'd like to take it over, the Minnesota Bound Crappie Contest, and it's been that way now for quite a few years. I don't even remember how long we've been doing it.
Yeah, we're very happy when you step forward to take that over. I think before you was it Gander Mountain, maybe?
Yeah.
And they were great, but when you took it over, it simplified a lot of things.
Well, that's good. And, of course, Lord Fletchers is just a great location. And as you mentioned, that's always amazed me. These kids come and they're fishing on your docks, which I know you don't normally like.
Correct. Yeah, we give them a pass that day.
And they're catching crappies.
Yeah.
It's sort of fun. And they can catch a little tiny crappie and walk in and weigh it, and who knows? They could win this year. Speaking of winning, this year we have a grand prize is an ATV from Power Lodge. It's a red CF Moto C4 600 touring ATV from Power Lodge. We want to thank those folks for sure. And, of course, to haul your ATV around, you need a beautiful Aluma trailer. And I have one of their Aluma trailers. Are just awesome, lightweight, tough as nails. And that's the grand prize. And the way that works, I think, I think you know too, Tom, but I'll explain it, is somebody, and it's not me, it's not anybody weighing the fish. It could be Scott Franson, our CEO of Rancher Productions, will come up with the weight. It might be 3.67 ounces. It might be 8.2 ounces. I don't know. He doesn't tell anybody. He puts it on a piece of paper and tucks it away. And so when the crappies are weighed, everything's computer now. Crappie goes on the weight. The computer says what the weight is and what time it was weighed. And so then when the 2 o'clock, when it's all done, we look at all those weights and who had that secret weight. And if it's there, they win. Or if it's tied, it's the one that weighed it first.
Yeah.
Wins. And I don't know if we've ever had one where that secret weight wasn't hit. I guess if it was, it would be maybe the closest ones. That would be a math problem that I wouldn't want to deal with.
With the number of crappies that get entered, yeah. I think someone hits it almost every year. Yeah, it's a great way to do it because anybody can win.
Right. And the last 3 years, anybody who wins, in that case, it was a boat, motor, and trailer, was like a 14-year-old boy or just a youngster.
Mm-hmm.
And what a thrill that is to see. And I remember one year, the winners, the little boy loved to fish. His dad loved to fish. They had no boat. And they were fishing from shore all the time. And suddenly they come to the crappie contest, and bingo, they go home with a boat.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Doesn't get any better.
That's right.
So, anyway. So tell me about Lord Fletchers. Now, you've done some remodeling there, I know?
We have, yeah. Our pub bar upstairs was original from 1968, that room, and it had a lot of charm. We totally gutted it and put a big 14-seat bar in, high top tables. Everything's new except a lot of the artifacts that were in there from '68 are still in there. And so, it's just a real neat room, and you get a chance, come out and take a peek.
Well, that's a great place. And we're going to talk more about Lord Fletchers. We're going to talk, Tom's going to give me his crappie fishing tips. And we're talking with Tom Emer, manager, part owner too, aren't you?
Managing partner.
Managing partner.
Yeah.
Lord Fletchers. We'll be back after these words from Hewitt Docks.
Hewitt Docks, Lifts, and Pontoon Legs began in a small south-central Minnesota town with a mission to make dock install and removal easier by inventing the Roll-A-Dock. Well, now the company has evolved to provide everything you might need to improve your lake time. In addition to the classic Roll-A-Dock or the new Ultra Dock system, Hewitt offers all-terrain staircases, gangways, canopies, and lifts, along with any accessory you might need. Celebrate 50 years of business with us. Go to HewittRad.com to enter for a chance to win a free dock and monthly prizes. Hewitt Docks, Lifts, and Pontoon Legs. Work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
Hey there, Bill Shirk, the man about the woods. You know, today is a day for adventure, and Cub has all the Nabisco snacks you need to make sure that adventure is delicious from start to finish. Life is just sweeter when you share Oreo cookies on the trail. Also, when you crunch Ritz crackers at the campsite or rock the boat with rich cheese crispers. Stop a Cub on the way to your adventure. The great outdoors is calling. Be sure you bring the snacks.
All right, welcome back to another second edition of Minnesota Bound Podcast. One of my favorite topics is our topic. I should say one of my favorite events is our topic. The Minnesota Bound Crappie Contest coming up this Saturday, May 7th, hours 6 a.m. to 2. You can win some big prizes, an ATV from Power Lodge, a Luma trailer. You can win some cash if you get the biggest crappies. We have adult and youth division, and we have a lot of prizes to give away just for catching a crappie and coming up on the stage and talking to us. But the guy I'm talking to at the moment is the head man at Lord Fletchers on Lake Minnetonka, which is where the tournament or contest is headquartered. Tom, you've been there for how many years, did you say?
19 now.
19. So you've seen a lot of crappie contests.
I have. I've seen them all. And with these cold temperatures, I think they'll be in the shallows this coming Saturday.
Yeah, and especially with it looks like it's going to be great weather. I always hate to predict in Minnesota. You never know. But I think we'll have a big crowd, huh?
I think so, because no one's really been out. It's been so cold, and I think we're talking mid to high 60s on Saturday, which will be perfect.
And last weekend, it was raining all weekend, so that if anybody wanted to get their crappie itch scratched, they probably, unless they wanted to sit out in the rain and cold, didn't work too well.
Exactly.
Come early. The public boat accesses get very crowded, and so learn to be patient. I suppose that usually the sooner you're there, the better you might be. If there's any private accesses, I don't know. Are there private boat accesses around the lake?
Not very many. No, it's mostly all public.
Yeah. You do not have one at Lord Fletchers. So,
we do not.
So
no.
don't show up with your boat there.
Yeah, you won't get it in. But the bars and the restaurant will be open by 10 a.m. So bring your appetite after you're done fishing and come try our good food and drinks.
Indeed, it is good food and drinks. Do you remember how Lord Fletchers became the headquarters for the crappie contest historically?
Boy, I honestly I don't. It was 69, and I was 6 at the time, so I don't recall how it got started, but I'm sure it was very small, and it's nothing like today.
Oh yeah. Well, I was there. I don't know if I was there in 69. I may have been, but I was certainly there right after that. And back then it was, if you caught the biggest crappie, you'd win all these big prizes.
You would, yeah. It's a lot better system now.
Yeah, so it kind of cuts out on the cheating if anybody was so inclined to do that.
The Schara family enjoys spending a lot of time outside. Hence, we care what goes into our environment. That's why we support propane, the energy for everyone. Did you know that propane produces fewer greenhouse gas emissions than electricity generated on the U.S. grid? Propane's emissions are 43% fewer. That's a lot. Propane is clean, dependable, and affordable. Plus, it's produced right here in the USA. Let's all do our part to reduce emissions from our homes, cabins, and businesses by choosing propane, the right energy right now. To learn more about propane, the energy for everyone, go to propane.com.
You know, the Shirks love Connecticut water. It's no secret, have for many years. We live out in the country and we have that ironclad well water. Well, we treat all of our water with a Connecticut whole home water treatment system. And we also use Connecticut's K5 drinking water system. That buildup, that white buildup you get around faucets, nope, we've got none of that. Our dishes are clean. Katie loves what Connecticut water does for her hair and skin. And the boys drink water out of the K5 system all day long. The best part to me, the well water taste and foul smell, they are gone. So call Connecticut like we did and look forward to clean, safe water.
I got to tell you, one of my favorite stories from Lord Fletcher has nothing to do with the crappie contest, but there was an amazing personality in Minnesota or Minneapolis at the time named Jimmy Robinson. He was a very famous writer for Sports Afield, famous for his duck surveys in Canada, and he was a dear friend of Bob Nagley, who used to, maybe still does own part of Lord Fletchers, I'm not sure. But at the time, Bob Nagley was a principal owner. So Jimmy and his wife Clara invited my wife and I for dinner at Lord Fletcher's one time. And back then they had, because Lord Fletcher's has this English name to it, the waitresses and waiters are dressed in kind of English costume.
They did.
Yeah. So we had this wonderful dinner, and so the girls had to go to the ladies' room. So Jimmy and I are sitting there, and the lady brings the check. And Jimmy says, I'll get it. I said, no, Jimmy, I'll pick it up. No. He says, you're an outdoor writer. You can't afford this. So he grabs the check. Okay, fine. He wants to pay for it. So I'm standing there watching him. He's signing the check now. It says, Bob Nagley by Jimmy Robinson. He had permission to charge everything he did to the owner.
What a deal for him.
He was. I go, wow. But that's, he was just a wonderful guy. I always said he was like Robin Hood. He took from the rich and gave to the poor. Anyway, bless his soul. He was a wonderful character. Well, I tell you, I don't know if we need to review anything about the contest or not. You do have to register. I forgot to say that. You must pre-register. I think you can register right at Lord Fletcher's.
Yes.
Registration in advance, you can still do it, is $10 for an individual. But if you wait and do it at Lord Fletcher's, it's $20. And most of the proceeds goes to Fishing for Life, folks. It's a charity event. And like I mentioned, the grand prize, an ATV from Power Lodge, and the Luma trailer also donated a trailer so you can haul the ATV away for the, if you catch a crappie, of the secret weight. And we'll also have lots of prizes for kids and adults. Let's see what else I have here. For big fish, we have an adult division for 16 and older, and we'll give money prizes to the 5 largest crappies by weight. Youth division is age 15 and under. 5 largest crappies win prizes. And some of these prizes include Minnesota fishing trips, Lake of the Woods, Mall of America tickets, and good Lord, a guided fishing trip by me. I don't know if that's a good prize or not. Anyway, and the main thing, Tom, is we're going to have fun there that day, right?
Absolutely. And even if you don't want to fish, you can still come out and see the festivities. And I think there's some minnow racing, and you'll be able to see the crappies being caught or in the ice, the largest ones. And it's just a fun atmosphere to be around.
It is. And we thank you for being the host, Tom Emer, Lord Fletchers. A great location. As I said, Minnetonka is just an amazing lake. It just keeps producing fish, huh?
It really does.
It's amazing. And we're going to have fun. Saturday, May 7th, the Minnesota Bound Crappie Contest 2022 version, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can fish any of those times. And be sure to register and come by and say hello. And as we close here, I want to thank Minnesota Propane, Hewitt Docks, Connecticut, Star Bank, and Oreo Cookies and Rich Crackers. I also want to especially thank my guest, Tom Emer, from Lord Fletchers. And I'll end it this way, as we always do. Remember, introduce a kid to the great outdoors. And join me again for the next Minnesota Bound podcast. I'm Ron Schara.